Hey there! Whoops, I forgot to unloop the intro. How's it going, everyone? Thanks so much for being here. We've got Mike Manzel's here. Hey, Mike. Ray Sashi. Ben is here. You guys, thank you so much for coming in on this Monday afternoon, Monday evening. Hope you had a good Monday. Hopefully, it wasn't too sluggish at work or at school or whatever. So to help relieve any of that sluggishness, we've got a really great guy, someone I've probably met in person more than I think I have anyone else I've talked to on a live stream before, which is kind of cool. So we've got Mr. Aaron, right? Or
Yes.
not in Rochester, but near Rochester, right?
Yeah, like the outskirts of Rochester.
Okay, in the county, whatever county that is. And I'm in Albany, New York, so we're like 3 hours away, right? Something like that. So yeah, I've seen you at Rhode Island, not Rhode Island Comic Con, Flower City Comic Con a couple times. Toys in Action, you came in Toys in Action, which was awesome. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. It's believe it or not. One cool thing is, as a toy photographer, sometimes you feel like you're like the only person around you that does toy photography. But little do you know that there's actually a lot of people even nearby that do it. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it really is.
So, Aaron, first tell me a little bit about you. Tell me a little about Aaron, and tell me a little bit about Aaron's toy box.
I live in Rochester, like what Jared said. Well, the outskirts, but I'm originally from here, like Rochester, and that's really about it. But I've been doing photography ever since I was in high school, and when I graduated in 2009, I was gifted
Nice.
a new camera, like a
Oh,
Nikon,
cool.
and I started taking photos with it. Like it would always be attached to my hip and stuff like that. Then I tried something I never did before. I had an Optimus Prime figure, and I using a flashlight, used my crappy old camera on the phone, and I took a picture of Optimus Prime with the light behind it, so the eyes looked like it was glowing.
Nice.
I show my friends, they're like, that's kind of cool. Then I dropped it, and ever since I started following you and Mark Hogenkamp from Vulcan the Marmon Co.,
Oh, cool.
I started to really get really into it, like in 2009-ish. I mean,
Awesome. 2009.
Yeah.
You've been doing it a while.
yeah, like here and there, but I really started in 2019 before the pandemic even started.
Right. Well, cool. That's awesome. And I understand that. Like, toy photography to some, like, it's hard for us to get sometimes that, like, there are some people who are just not entranced by fandom and things like we are. Like, I like to think about like my mom. She's not a total fangirl of anything, but she gets it because she's lived with me, but like, if I think about like my wife's parents, they're wonderful people and I love them, but they're so disconnected from anything like fantasy wise, like science fiction stuff like that, that like they just don't get like how like we could be super attached to like a character. They're like, why don't you, it's just like some people are just not into it like we are, and sometimes it's hard for us to get that. And but
Yeah.
hey, and even if you get a reaction from your friends, I'm sure they're super supportive, but at the same time, like, if they don't necessarily get it, that's okay. That's all right. Luckily, there's plenty of people that do get it. Like I do. I totally get it. That Optimus Prime with the lights behind him was probably awesome.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit. It's on my page, but it's down a little bit. Like,
Okay, I'll find it. So, I know you were recently been engaged. So, congrats. I guess it's not so recent anymore, right? It's like
thank you.
how long ago was it?
Since September.
Oh, okay. I guess it's still very recent.
Yeah, at the Renaissance Fair.
Right. So, congrats. Congrats to you guys.
Thank
And
you.
she's amazing, and obviously I've met her plenty of times. She's awesome, and I'm sure she's
Yeah.
like super supportive of everything you do. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna pull up this now and
All right.
make sure. So here we go. I'm just gonna pull this one up because this one's really great. So if you're not following Aaron at Aaron's Toy Box, please go and follow him. I've got his Instagram and everything linked right in the description. So go and make sure you're following Aaron. And we got some Blockbuster guy, Stubbs, Mike. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Very, very generous. So tell me about this shot, which was back in 2022, not too far ago, but did it feel okay? So like, I totally get the inspiration for this. I'm like this. I think this is amazing. But did you feel awkward doing it in the middle of McDonald's? Is this actually in a McDonald's?
Yes. I was sitting at a table, and I had a figure with me, and I'm like, I wonder. So I had that little scene set up.
Do you get that often where you're in a totally unrelated place like McDonald's and being like and getting inspired for toy photos? Like you just like kind of had that mindset where no matter where you go, it's just like, oh, that would be cool for a toy photo. Oh, that would be cool for that you have that mindset everywhere you go.
Sometimes, like I actually did a couple at my work, and I showed my coworker one of the photos I did, and he's like, "You did that?" I'm like, "Yeah." But yeah,
Nice.
it just depends, like, on the situation. I had something like that planned for a while.
Okay, so this was already totally planned out.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I love that. Like, I've always wanted to take a photo in like a fast food place. Like I've always really wanted to do one of Deadpool in a Taco Bell. Like I've always really wanted to do Deadpool in a Taco Bell. And like how like most Taco Bells, like they're surrounded by glass windows. So like if you go to the right one when the light's coming through the window at the like end of the day, you get really cool lighting still. Excuse me, inside the restaurant, inside of Taco Bell. And
Yeah.
so I'm jealous that I'm envious of you pulled it off, and that's something I got to do. Something I've always wanted to do. So you feel like you post pretty often, right? You've got a lot of just great shots on here. There's one on here that I was passing by that I was like, wow, that's really good, Aaron. Where is it? It's one of Luke, and I was like, Aaron, this is like really good. I mean, all of your stuff is great. This is great. Where is this one taken?
That was taken in Webster Park. There was like a concrete slab that's sticking out from the rocks.
Oh,
And I went under there. I'm like, okay, I'll try something. So I had a jump trooper with me, So what I did was I dug a little hole and covered him with the rocks on the top, so as long as his hand was showing, I set Luke
Yep.
over there, and I used atmosphere spray.
Aerosol. Nice. Right.
Yeah,
Nice.
shot a couple of shots, and it came out pretty good.
It did. Yeah. There's something cool about the lighting and with where the concrete slab is like covering and like I don't know, as a nice over whatever where there's a lot of like shade, but then there's a really bright light coming from the one side that gets like makes it feel super dramatic and it looks really good. Um, and I just want to say thanks to Ben. Ben, you've been a member for 14 months. Holy crap! Thank you, Ben. And Siva is
Awesome.
actually here. Hey, Siva. 27 months. Jeez, that's a long time. Thank you guys for so much. For everything. Seriously. Um, but Aaron, this is a really great one, and just like the more I scroll down, the more I mean, obviously you partake in not just toy photography, like you said. You said the camera was stuck on your hip, basically, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So this is a really cool one. Is this actually a coast somewhere, like actually on the ocean?
It is at Rochester Park near the water. That's Lake Ontario in the background.
Oh, okay. So wow. Okay, I've never been to Lake Ontario, but clearly it's big enough to the point where it actually looks like it's a stinking ocean. Like,
Yeah.
that's so cool. I've always really wanted to take photos where there's like a complete view of the horizon. You know what I mean? Like if you go out to like a desert or the ocean and there's like nothing but ocean or whatever as far as the eye can see with nothing behind it, no trees, anything. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never really had a good chance to do that. And so this looks like it's actually pretty like spot on. Like that's close enough to that. That must have been really great to shoot here. Did you take any other shots
I
besides this
think
one?
I think I took the shot of the Pink Ranger with the bow, and I used the Photoshop.
Pink Ranger. Is it up? Is it further up a little bit?
Yeah.
This one?
No, I don't think that she has the bow. It was the one with the Grogu and that one.
The one with Grogu? Am I totally missing it?
No, I'm sorry. The one with Mando with the gun. That one's
Oh,
that
this
was
one.
taken. Yeah.
Nice. This is how many hours from you from Rochester? Close
It's
to you?
it's very close to me, like probably like 10 minutes for me.
Nice. Okay, so you've got a nice little spot right in your backyard.
Yeah.
And I guess Mike Manzel lives on the other side of Lake Ontario, right in Canada. So next time you're over there, just like look across the lake. You'll probably be able to see Mike over there.
I'll
I was
give
just,
him a wave.
yeah, just give him a quick wave. Ben's been there. Well, that's pretty cool. Hey, Collector Joey, thanks for being here.
Hello.
And so one of the things I kind of love about scrolling through your page is like your Instagram almost feels like a blog, and I think of that as like the best way possible because like I'm seeing the things you've done and the places you've been reflected in your photography. And I think that's really cool. And
Thank you.
obviously that's not just toy photography, it's everything. Oh, and here's one of the proposal. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad that was actually captured on photo. Oh, and apparently. Oh, okay. Siva knows better than I do. Apparently, it's a little under 3 hours from where I am. Okay, gonna have to take a trip there.
Road trip.
Be a great spot. Get some shots with Aaron too while I'm at it. And of course, I've got to highlight the Fallout
Thank you.
shot here. Awesome. Was this a 4th of July one? July 4th? Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Have you seen the trailer for the Fallout show?
I have, and I'm really excited for it.
I'm blown like there's not a lot of trailers where right when it finishes I start it and watch it over again and then again and then again. And that one, that was it. Oh my, I cannot wait for that show. And you know what else? I'm really hoping that finally we will get some like high quality Fallout action figures.
Oh
If
yeah,
this show is a hit, that is. Only if it's a hit. I'm really hoping it is, so we can get some action figures. Stubbs agrees. Awesome. All right, let's see what else we've got. A ton of great stuff here. And so you're kind of like a military buff, kind of totally into that stuff. And so what figure is this that you're using here for this shot?
that is a GI Joe from the Desert Storm. MODD, which is like the biohazard. Like they had the gas mask and stuff like that. That was actually a gift from my dad,
Oh, cool.
very like many years ago, and I found it in a box. And I'm like, oh, maybe I'd try to take pictures with it. And
Cool.
I,
It's like a really cool figure, like with all of the soft goods. And was it like 12 inches or so?
yeah, actually, I got it right here.
I mean, I'm sure all the GI Joe people will see this and be like, dude, yeah, how do you not know what this is? Nice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've heard Hot Toys being called like Star Wars Barbies, like expensive Barbies because they're 6-inch. And then this is like, this makes me think of that, but like less expensive than a Hot Toy. And I mean, you know, and of course, obviously, I mean that in the best possible way, because they're awesome, you know. I mean, how freaking cool is this shot? I'm not even joking. I actually really love this one. Like
Thank you.
the fact that you're using a Hess truck for toy photography, which is really cool, which I don't think I've seen by anybody else but you. And this shot actually taken at a Hess or is it a Speedway? So
The funny thing is that used to actually a couple of years ago that used to be a Hess station, but they revamped it, closed everything down, they reopened to a speedway.
right.
So but you can kind of see that it used to be a Hess because of how small it is,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that's like literally down the street from where I lived, and I remember going there as a kid with my grandparents.
Yeah, same with down here. I mean, all the Hesses like 10 years ago turned into speedways, which I'm really curious. Like Hess seemed to be like a big deal. I mean, they had the trucks every year, and they close. Are they? Do they still? Are they still coming out with Hess trucks every year?
Which really surprised me. Yes, they are actually are. There's a 2023 and 2024 that just came out recently.
Cool. Did you get it on pre-order?
Not yet.
So I'm assuming you have to buy it online. You can't run into a Hess truck, a Hess station, and pick one up, right?
Yeah, you got to buy everything online now.
Yeah.
That
That's
was
interesting.
actually. I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
That was found at an antique shop. That was a gift from my fiance.
Oh, nice. Cool. I mean, she probably saw that, was like, gotta get it. Do you have like a collection of the Hess trucks?
No, just this one.
Oh, this is just okay. I've seen a few shots of it, so I'm assuming you had a collection. But that is really cool, and it's kind of interesting. I have gone into speedways and seen that they have speedway trucks, and I'm like, what are you doing? Speedway truck. There we go. Yeah, still can get the trucks online, and they have like the Hess planes and all. I mean, obviously the identity is in the truck, but they have like other vehicles too, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Best place to look for a Hess truck is Sabers.
Sabers.
Savers. It's like a thrift shop or antique
Oh,
stores.
nice. Okay, cool, sweet. Well, anyway, what I really like about this truck is, well, first of all, the perspective. I feel like you either laid down on the ground to take this, or you just kind of stuck your camera, um, on the ground. But you definitely give like you figure out a way to make the truck look kind of life size and still make it fit with the gas station in the background.
Yeah, I did two shots, one from laying down and one from laying my camera and doing a shot on different f-stops and shutter speeds.
Nice.
This one probably
Cool.
came out the best out of the six.
It looks really good. It looks like because you can tell exactly where it is. Like sometimes when you have such a small thing you're taking a picture of, and you're taking a picture in a life-sized place like a gas station, it's hard to meld the two together. So doing that with in the gas station like that is you did a great job because obviously I can look at it and be like, oh, Hess truck at a Hess station. And I think that's really cool.
Thank you.
All right, we got a bunch more. We got we got Link climbing. Nice. This is great. Was this around May 13th? This is around when Tears of the Kingdom came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were all on Zelda highs at the moment. Is this one's also at Webster Park?
Yes.
Nice, awesome. Okay, this is so taking a shot in a graveyard with the ghost Pokemon. And I have done that before, and I really struggled with having to I wanted to have like graves in the background, but I couldn't do it because the graves were so big, and I did a really bad job trying to meld them all together. But you did a great job with this. Plus the sun peeking out like that. That was really great.
Thank you.
This one came out really, really good. Yeah, that one's fantastic. Oh, cool. This is cool. Does this have like a long exposure to get the waterfall to look like that?
Yeah, that was taken at the Strong Museum. They have a little butterfly garden. Which
Oh, that's
guys,
cool.
if you're ever in Rochester, you gotta visit the Strong Toy Museum. It is amazing.
It's a strong toy museum.
Yeah.
Have you told me about this one? I feel like maybe you have.
Yeah, I might have mentioned it a couple times. I'm not exactly sure, but they have like toys dating back from like 1920s or earlier to modern.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've never been to a toy museum. Are there any action figures there? Like the history of action figures?
Yeah, they got the
Ah.
original Star Wars figures from Kenner on a wall, and the original five of them that came out.
That's so cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So I've got two stops that I have to make on the on my way to next time I'm in Rochester. Both toy related. Okay. So clearly that's real fire.
Yeah.
With Zuko here. How did you accomplish the real fire? Oh, there's Blockbuster guy right here.
That was actually a very difficult shot because I was doing two things. I was doing it under my car, under my Jeep. It could have ended really badly, but and also trying to set the figure up with the exposure, and I was testing the shutter speed, and I was able to get down to the very lowest and snapped it, and I did the little ziggy zaggy with a Zippo long lighter.
Oh, okay. Wow,
I-
with a lighter.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. I'm surprised. Like, Because I've heard of like using a match for like long exposure, but with a lighter, that sounds a lot more difficult, especially because you have to like stick your whole hand in there.
Yeah,
And then nice. That worked out incredibly nicely.
yeah.
Cool.
Took a couple tries.
That's like a really great way to like if you're trying to accomplish like fire effects, it's hard to do if you're not willing to like be incredibly dangerous like I usually am, but like that's like a safe, cool way to get a practical fire effect doing a long exposure with a lighter or a match or something, and it works great. And you were able to be a lot more precise with where you wanted the fire too.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Oof.
Blockbuster guy burned this figure, the same figure. Well, Blockbuster guy, he tends to do it a little bit on the crazy side sometimes too. Try the long exposure with a match or lighter. Could work very well. And Siva says Zippo is the way to go, though, since they don't need to be held, unlike Bic. That's true. Like right, because when you light a Bic or a Zippo lighter, you can just and hold on to the edge, and it'll still stay lit. Right, unlike a Bic where you actually hold the thing down. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I'll have to try that again.
Yeah, that sounds cool. It's actually a really great idea to get practical, cool fire effect without. Oh, here we go. So you got a bunch of it right here. Another one is Zuko. Nice. That's a great way to do it. Of course, we've got some Jet Trooper love. Of course, we've got the red, Super Mega Force, the Gokai red. This is like one of my favorite Power Ranger suits ever, right here.
Yeah.
And ever since Hasbro took over with Power Rangers, I've been like, all right, can't wait for that when they get into Mega Force and Samurai and stuff. And they still never have.
No, they haven't. They've been concentrating mostly on Mighty Morphin. And
Yeah, I think it's just that's what sells. That's clearly what does the best for them, and I don't blame them. I'm sure if they were to put out a new Mighty Morphin Red Ranger, it would sell 10 times better than if they put out this figure.
Oh yeah.
I get it. It's too bad, but oh well. Nice. So this is the frozen Sub-Zero figure. What a cool figure this is.
Oh yeah. Definitely
so
is.
Blue. I almost wish that he would have been a little less blue. Like slightly like bluish whitish. I don't know. Either way, he's just a cool figure. This would have been a good one to pick up. I'm sure he's very expensive. Right? I feel like I don't know. I feel like these guys really raise up in price.
I actually can't remember where I got that figure from. It must have been a gift from a family member or girlfriend or fiance.
Right. And taking the shots here with the icicles, awesome. That's actually one thing I'm actually excited for winter is stuff like this. Because winter is tough. It's very tough months, but stuff like this is really cool. Yeah, that's really awesome. I'm gonna have to find some local spots like that. This would be very appropriate for the current challenge that I've got going right now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're not following Aaron, all you gotta do is go right to Aaron's Toy Box, or go to right in the description of the video, and make sure you're following Aaron. He's got 620 right now. Hopefully, by the end of the video, we can get him to like 800. That'd be great.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so I have a new thing, Aaron, that I haven't done before, and I think this is gonna be fun. So it's it's this or that. Is what it is. This or that. So basically, I'm gonna show you put two things on the screen. This or oh crap! I just realized I screwed something up here. That's all right. So I'm gonna put two things on the screen, and you're gonna tell me which are this thing or the other thing, and tell me why, or none, or doesn't matter. You know. So here we
Okay.
go. All right, Aaron. Indoor or outdoor photography? And anyone in the chat too, please answer also as well. I want to get some great reasons why and put them up on the screen too.
Hmm.
So indoor toy photography or outdoor? Which one and why?
Well, I kind of like both because outdoor you can, indoor you can kind of control like the lighting and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Or like you can have your own little setup. Outdoor is kind of difficult. You're basically playing with the lighting and
Yeah.
also the environment around with you. But it really depends, like on
Yeah.
the seasons as well.
Oh yeah. Well, that's okay. So let's say if it's a bright and sunny summer day out, and you have an idea for, I don't know, you have an idea for a photo. Does your mind naturally think indoor first, or does it naturally think outdoor first?
And mostly things outdoor.
Okay.
Mostly outdoor.
Honestly, nice. I'm kind of, wow. The chat is very split, which is really cool. I love that. Um, I feel like I, for the longest time, have been always outdoor, and I still kind of am for sure. I mean, I definitely am still, but my mind, I think, doesn't instantly just jump to outdoor now. I think I have a little good mix of both now. So, all right, cool. Next. So, as far as figures go, are you for quantity or quality? And of course, I'm not going to say like any figure's not quality, but like, are you into maybe getting several more like figures that are around $20, or like wait and spend a little more money on one figure that's like $100? Like, are you into quality or quantity? Which are you usually thinking with your figures?
That's a good question. It depends on like the the stuff I use is stuff that I had since I was a kid and I still use. Like I just put them somewhere, but like quality.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do definitely want to make sure it's like, yeah, like when you're buying like $20 figures, those are definitely not quality. They're totally quality. It's just different price range.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. I find myself being split all the time, but I do think I buy less and end up spending more, like less frequently, and then getting something a little more on the expensive side, as opposed to getting more of just more figures. Plus, I'm running out of space too.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm sure that's something we can all kind of relate to. All right. So, a phone or camera?
To be honest, I have shot a couple shots with my phone and it's not really good. Like really good detailed, but I mostly the camera is the way to go. In my opinion.
I definitely, I mean, it's amazing how the argument for phone is increasingly getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Not only with just like the technology getting better and better and phones getting better, it's just like people are just so good with taking pictures with their phones. You know, it's incredible. And like, there's definitely plenty of times where like, man, I wish I had my camera with me, and I always have my phone with me. So there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. But the one thing, at least with you'll definitely always have more control with your camera than with your phone. you know. And one thing too about phones is phones are smarter than cameras are. Like there's a lot of technology in a phone that can like auto like kind of make things better than a camera does. Like for instance, like if I'm filming video with my camera, you got me like all shaky. But if I'm filming with my my phone, it like auto stabilizes it, and so it's not all shaky like I am with my camera. So stuff like that, and pretty soon it's gonna be tough to say camera over phone. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that is very true. I have shot a couple like small videos on my camera, and that my hands are like shaky a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Stubbs just got a camera recently, but always reaching for the phone out of habit. Yeah, I mean, old habits die hard,
Yeah,
for sure, and that's not a bad thing. You can be both, I think the same thing, like, dang, should have brought my camera. Yeah, all the time. It's weird. The only things I end up taking pictures of that aren't toys with my camera are like either my wife or my cats. Like, I pretty much never want to take pictures of anything else. All right, phone and camera. Next one is McFarlane or Hasbro.
Hasbro.
I mean, Hasbro. All right. So why? What is it just because of the IP that they're putting out, or you like the quality of the figs? Like, tell me why.
I like the quality of the figs. Like the Star Wars stuff is pretty awesome. Like the Star Wars line, like
Right.
the Transformer line is excellent. So is the pony figures.
Right. Forgot. Yeah, forgot. That's something that's I don't typically think about, but that's a big market right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now, as far as the chat goes, we've got 2 for McFarlane and 1 for Hasbro. Honestly, like it's actually kind of tough for me now because I've always been a Hasbro guy, but McFarlane has really come a long way in such a short amount of time. It's kind of incredible. Like with McFarlane, like I've never really they've never really been even on my radar until they started putting out the DC stuff. And even then they seemed a little behind, but just since like the last couple years, man, they've improved everything so much. It's incredible. Like the faces and the joints and just proportions, they all look so good.
Yeah.
So okay, so now it seems like Hasbro is the consensus here. But it is cool to actually have there be an argument there. It's great for us as consumers,
Yeah.
We get everything. But Stubbs has a good point. Hasbro just for Star Wars alone is enough for for that to take over.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's true. I agree with Comic Dan on this one. The scale. I do definitely prefer the scale of like the 6-inch as opposed to the 7-inch. I definitely prefer that scale for sure. All right, Hasbro it is for Aaron. We did this one. Okay, so as far as your style, or when you're going to take a toy photo, would you rather take like a funny shot or like something totally serious?
It just depends on like what I come up with for like a idea. So I kind of do like with both, like with the Mando and Grogu and McDonald's. I was totally pre-planned and thought it would be cute and funny.
Right.
And I've done like serious stuff, like when I actually gotta take a look at my.
Tons of it. Tons of it.
Yeah.
Like this one. Here's a great example of something like serious and something really cool. Like this picture is awesome.
Thank you.
This just makes me think, like, imagine like I'm wandering out into some woods and I just find some like, whoa, guys, look at this like totally destroyed old beetle in the middle of the woods. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, that was actually taken in Skinny Atlas this past weekend.
Okay. Cool. The consensus in the chat seems to be both. A little bit of both.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And I think so like one thing that I think of when I think of if I'm going to be trying to do something serious or something funny is like or when I'm setting up a photo, it's like I'm always trying to think of the reactions that I'm going to get from the person looking at my photo. And like I'm always trying to like put something have something going on that's going to capture their whatever. And so I feel like capturing laughter or goofiness sometimes is easier to get a reaction out of someone than something cool.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes I just want to do something cool. But I guess the best is probably a little bit of both. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I totally understand.
Cool. Yeah, a little bit of both. That seems to be the consensus. Serious shot with a funny caption. Heck yeah, I like that. All right, next question. Actually, that's actually a screw up. Let's start with this. Let's go this year, because the next I put the wrong caption. This one. Okay, so as far as your action figures and your collecting that kind of thing go, is it more about the collecting aspect, or is it more about the photography aspect? Like when you buy or collect something, is it because you want to take a picture of it, or is it just because you want to have it, and then you also will go and take a picture of it? Like which comes priority to you?
Mostly the photography aspect. Like if I see a figure, like, oh, that'll be very cool for something, and I buy it and I take a couple of shots with it. Then I put it on the shelf. Then every time when I use it, I just pull it down and take a couple more shots.
Okay, nice. Yeah, because sometimes it can really be either or for people. Because sometimes people will like for me, like I pretty much I'm only gonna buy figures I plan on shooting most of the time. But then there's some people that just like to collect, and then they'll just say, oh well, I've got these figures laying around. I guess I'll take a picture of them. You know?
Yeah.
50-50 for Mike. Linda says photography. Dragon Tamer says photography. I feel like it's grown a little bit for me. Like it used to be the collecting, and then once I learned toy photography, I was way more interested in the photography. You know, you learn what you can do with the figures. You know.
Yeah.
Cool, and of course, you know this is everyone here watching is probably a toy photographer, at least in a little bit. So I see how a lot of people are saying the photography aspect. That's so cool. Awesome. So you'd say probably more the collecting, huh? Or sorry, probably more the photography aspect.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. And by the way, I don't know who this guy is, but he's a Transformer guy. I found him on Google for this. And then this is just an old picture of me. Thanks, Ben. If I had a picture of this like this of myself, I totally would have used that. Gotta do that. Okay, last one. Okay, so this one was supposed to say diorama or no diorama. So I forgot to change the caption as I was rushing through this. So and this doesn't necessarily mean indoor or outdoor, but like do you feel like you're easy it's easier for you to tell a story with your figures in a environment that's to scale with them, or do you think you can still do that without having that diorama? You know what I mean? Like are you more of someone that's got to have the to scale surroundings or not?
I usually not the scale, because you can do so much more without the scale. Like if you want to do like a epic, like the character looking up, staring somebody down, you don't want to see the diorama kind of like going up, then all of a sudden just cut off. You just could, you can kind of like use something for scale, or the way the camera is positioned, you can get a lot more cool shots with it.
Mhm.
Like with the Godzilla shot I did with the building. That's not scaled. That was actually a legit banded building, but the way the camera was shot, it looked like it was the same size.
Okay. I'm trying to find it. But I definitely know what you mean by, like, if you have the diorama, as amazing as it is and how cool it is to like put things in scale, I definitely see how it can be limiting.
Yeah.
It can be limiting, and I'm sure that there's plenty of people hearing that that are like, no, I feel a whole lot less limited when I have a diorama. I feel so limited when I don't have one because I don't have anything that fits it to scale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like that's something that can be very easily split one way or the other. Um, I think I'm definitely more on the no diorama, but yeah, I can definitely see how it can be limiting one way or the other. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, you're gonna have time to build it and all that. Get the
That's true.
props for it.
But also a really great answer is just it depends. Jennifer's like, it depends on what I'm thinking. Stubbs is like, it depends. It depends on the diorama for sure. But yeah, you're right too. It is definitely on the cheaper side to not have to use a diorama.
Yeah.
But then there's some people that are like, are you into like with the last question? The last question was collecting or the photography, and then some people are like, or the building. Some people are so much more into the building and the customization than either of these. The third option, you know. Very interesting. Very interesting. I really enjoy doing this and seeing everyone's opinions in the chat. I'll do this more often.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, Aaron, thanks for doing my little this or that thing. It definitely needs some work. Definitely needs some work. It's first time at it, so thanks for being my guinea pig here.
Oh, you're welcome.
So I guess for anyone who's watching, give me some more this or that things and other videos or something, because I want to do this more often. I think that'd be really fun. All right, I've got more stuff. For you, Aaron. So
Sweet.
I've got a bunch of questions that were asked on Instagram. It's actually really funny. The first question is a this or that thing. So what I'll do is anytime I've got one, we've got a stream like this happening, I'll put on Instagram saying, got any questions, put them here on my Instagram story. And so if you ask a question, I will put it on here and we'll give you a shout out. And we'll be super thankful for giving us some stuff to talk about. So first is from Mandalorian Photography, who I just want to say, Mandalorian Photography, who's right here. He put in like 16 questions, so I was only able to grab a few of them. So I hope I grabbed ones that you liked. Mandalorian Photography. I couldn't grab them all. And he throws out a first this or that. He says Marvel or DC.
Marvel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't see a lot of. Actually, I don't really see a whole lot of either on your Insta. Yeah, actually, I say maybe a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always gonna say I'm a DC guy for sure. But hey, I'm glad they both exist. You know, they both exist. So, Mandalorian Photography. Thank you for that question. Next is from Veronica Ayers. What inspired you to do toy photography in the first place?
I mostly started like I said, when Mark Hogenkamp's Welcome to Marvel & Co. And at first glance going, whoa, is that a figure or is that a real person? Then I found out it was a figure. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Then I started
Sorry, I'm on mute.
Oh.
I pushed my mute button on my microphone to take a drink and never took it off. So
Okay.
anyway, yes, what inspired you for toy photography? And continue with what you were saying.
It was I looked into his work and I'm like, this is really cool. Then I found your channel and I started watching some of the stuff you do and like I could probably do that. And so you and Mark both inspired me to pick up toy photography.
So who's his name? Mark who?
Mark Hogenkamp.
Hogenkamp. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna pull him up. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of him before. Like this is incredible.
Yeah, that's actually the first one I saw.
Oh, like the movie Marwin.
Yeah.
That's his name, is Mark Hogenkamp. Oh. So the movie Marwin is based off of this guy. And, you know, okay, that makes so much sense. You know, I've never seen that movie. I've never seen it, even though like it's literally a movie about toy photography, and I've never even seen it. What kind
It is amazing.
I feel like such a dweeb for not seeing it. Like, how have I not seen the only movie about toy photography? It's got Steve Carell. Do you know if it's on like any streaming service right now?
I think it might be on. I'm actually gonna look that up because I'm not exactly sure.
I'll have to wait. I'll figure it out. That's just something that I have to get on. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's really good. So is a documentary.
Oh, there's a documentary on him too?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So, was it the movie that where you initially got the idea from, or were you familiar with his work before the movie?
I was familiar with his work before the movie, and I was at that time looking for World War II GI Joes, so I couldn't find anything. So I found this guy, and I started taking photos of him, and just kind of from there, kind of start building my little collection, little photography page.
Nice. Oh, apparently it's available on HBO Max, so that's cool. Thanks, Blockbuster guy. Cool. And Veronica, thanks for the question. That's a really great one. Okay, so your favorite shot you've ever taken from Mandalorian photography?
Probably one of my favorite shots I ever done was the Sonic the Hedgehog coming out of the can.
Yes, I remember that one. That was that the beverage challenge one?
I don't think it was the beverage challenge, but it was something that I thought of because the original shot I wanted to do was with a DeLorean coming out of a can. So I found that
Right.
the Sonic figure, and I'm like, ooh. Well, actually, it's my fiance's, but I found the can. I'm like, I can try something with this, and took a couple shots, trial and error, but it came out to like that.
Right. Yes, I definitely remember this one. Was this one? I feel like this was maybe I just feel like I remember this one was for one of the challenges, but no, this is a great one. Coming right out of the can.
Yeah.
It's like you buy a can of G Fuel with Sonic on it, but Sonic's actually in it. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Open a can, all of a sudden it goes flying out like, whoa.
I'd be like, come on, I was gonna drink that. I paid $4 for this can. Kidding me? Cool. Yeah, this is definitely a great one, Aaron. This is definitely a great answer for that question for sure. All right, got a few more. Mandalorian photography. Thanks for the questions, man. And so Toy Guzzler over here is showing his UK Britishness by spelling favorite like that. But what's your favorite movie? Is it the Marwin movie?
The Marwin movie is one of my favorites, but I also love the Lord of the Rings series, like Peter Jackson's.
Man, I gotta stop doing that. I keep clicking mute so I don't hear my slurps in the microphone, and then I keep forgetting to turn it off. Of course, classic. What is your favorite movie? Of course, Lord of the Rings. What's your favorite of the three? Is what I was asking.
One of my favorites has to be probably. Well, actually, I like them all. I like all three, but Return the King is my favorite.
Yeah, doesn't that one have like one of the records of most Oscars won ever?
Yeah.
Or was it recently broken or something? I don't remember. Yeah, I think that one's my favorite too. I think I feel the most nostalgic when I watch the first one, The Fellowship of the Ring, because I was like a kid and that was like the first time I've seen anything like that. Just being like, wow, and I watched it a billion times. And then I was more of a, I don't know, grown kid by the time the third one came out. Nice. All right. Yeah, great favorite movie for sure. And yeah, really, I feel like all of the best parts, when I think of like all my favorite parts from the Lord of the Rings trilogy, they're all in the third one.
Oh yeah,
they're all in that one. Awesome.
I
Thanks,
also
Toy
love,
Guzzler. Oh, go
I
ahead.
also I also loved Rogue One. That one's probably one of my favorite Star Wars films.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely my favorite Star Wars Disney movie. But that's a lot of people's favorite. Uh-oh. Something fall back there?
Yeah, it was Sierra.
Oh, hi.
I don't know where she went.
Doing her thing. All right. Thanks, Toy Guzzler, of course. And next question is from Sandra Bell blog. Do you like Warhammer 40K?
I never played it, so
Yeah.
I heard a lot of good things about it, but never tried it.
Yeah, same. Me too. I've never. I to be honest, I don't know what it's about in the slightest. I know absolutely nothing about it. The only thing I know is that it's something that people paint. There's a lot of painting the figures, the figurines, if you'd even call them though, miniatures.
Yeah.
Which that also makes me think of Steve Carell too in 40-Year-Old Virgin when he's like painting. I think he's painting something else, and he's like, "And now you have yellow pants." Why is he always the dorky guy with toys?
I don't know. It kind of fits his personality a little bit.
Clearly it does. Well, Sandra, sorry to disappoint, but neither of us are big Warhammer fans. Dragon Tamer says, Sirdork, is your Mando pick available as a poster on your website? I don't think I've put it on there. I will put it on there if you like, Dragon Tamer. I will put it on there. Thanks for the interest for sure. To be honest, I have been very not keeping up with that, to be honest. But that's something I gotta do. Cool. Thanks, Dragon Tamer. And honestly, every time you come in here and you got that Bionicle picture, it just brings a smile to my heart just seeing the Bionicle picture, you know.
Oh yeah, great memories there.
Yeah, and what a dummy was I to get rid of those.
Oh, I know.
And I even got rid of them as an adult. I had them from when I was a kid, and then as an adult I had to get rid of things, and I sold the Bionicles. Idiot. Oh well. Idiot. Next is from Ben. Oh, Dragon Tamer is Toy Guzzler. Oh, wow. It all makes sense now. Don't tell anyone. Oh, well, I just told everyone on live television. Live YouTube vision. All right, action photography. When you first started in toy photography, what was your favorite toy photographer? You.
No, I'm putting, like, you were my favorite.
Well, that's super nice, Aaron. I appreciate that, man. But, I mean, it being in this toy community and having all these other toy photographers like in reach through the internet is really so cool. I can't tell you how much I've learned and been inspired by just by being around so many of us, all the time. It really is so cool. It's so cool. I've learned so much, so much.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, still am for sure. And Ben is right here. The answer is you, Ben. Thank you, Aaron. That's super nice of you, man. And Ben, thanks for sending in the question, as you always do. Next is from Johnny at Ganja Wifer. Says figure of 2023 for him. So what is your number one figure of 2023? Great question.
That's actually a good question. I don't know, but I really don't have a favorite. I just like shoot them all.
Yeah, to be honest, I think about him like I don't know what came out in 2023. I think of like, oh, my favorite was this. Like, oh, that was last year. I don't know. It's like, oh, I got this figure, but this figure is like 10 years old. I don't know. So did you buy any new like a new figure this year, like a brand new figure? Did you get anything this year?
Nothing yet. I do have something on pre-order, but it's not out yet. That I know.
Which one?
Of. It's one of the Jesus figures.
Oh, cool! The Biblical Adventures.
Yeah, I've been waiting ever since I found out about the figures. Like, I got a pre-order, so I pre-ordered it, and I'm still waiting on it.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think I know that they have like tripled their goal on Kickstarter, which is incredible. I did see some of them in person at Legion's Con in New Jersey recently, and they look great. They look legit. They look like really good figures.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing this one a lot too, Blockbuster. He says, I've been trying to remember when I did get this one, but the Green Goblin. So this is the No Way Home Green Goblin. I've been seeing a lot of people saying that this figure is amazing. Like the new one from No Way Home with Willem Dafoe. Wow, 2 people are saying the Endor Commando. Nice. All right. But yeah, to be honest, Aaron, I'm right there with you. I don't know what my favorite one of this year is. That's something that you need some time to sit and think on, Yeah. You can't just like right on the spot. You gotta sit on it for a little bit, think about it. But either way, great question, Johnny. Thank you for sending it in. And so the last question is from Trooper Effects. It says, what camera do you use?
I use a... Hold on 1 minute, please.
Oh, he's gonna go get it. Oh, he's all robed up and everything. Nice. That's how you want to gotta spend a nice winter Monday evening, all wrapped up in a nice comfy robe. That's the way to go. I'm jealous. All right, he's got it, folks.
It is a Sony.
Oh.
Actually, I can't remember the name of it.
Is it an A7, like an Alpha? Sony Alpha?
It's a CE7C camera with the...
Ooh, that looks really nice. What lens is that on there? Is that the 45 millimeter or the 40 millimeter?
Yeah. I
have the same lens. And it's great. It's actually, I like it quite a bit. It's one of the few that I use. That's really cool.
Thank you.
I'm kind of jealous. That flippy screen. Very nice. All right, cool. So, it's not often you'll find Sony users. So why Sony?
At the time, I was shooting a Star Wars fan film, and the camera I used up to that point never did like video on it. So
Right. Okay.
I had to go to the camera store in downtown Rochester, and I was talking to the guy, and I told him what I was going to use it for, and he recommended this, and like, okay, and so he showed me some of the footage from it you can shoot. I'm like, $2,000, totally worth it.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that's totally worth it for sure. Does it shoot in like? Because I use my Sony for pretty much all my YouTube filming and everything too, but it's not like 4K or anything. Can yours like do like 4K or like super crispy? Like my phone can do 4K, but my camera can't.
I think it does, but I'm not exactly sure.
I gotta look in the settings. Maybe there's a high quality setting I gotta turn on. I'm sure that will like really make the memory size like twice as big though.
Oh yeah, if you I actually had the trailer on my Instagram. The whole trailer was shot on my camera.
Do you know around when?
Um,
I'd love to find that and play that. Like, was it this year or last year?
I think it was this year. Uh,
It's crazy that 2023 is like over already. Like, what the heck?
oh, I know.
Come on. All right, I'm looking. I'm scrolling. Oh, here it is. Star Wars Balance.
Yes.
All right, let's play it. Is there like real Star Wars music in it?
No.
Okay, good. Because you know what'll happen if I put that on.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh boy.
I've been having dreams lately about these past few months. Our old life, Jedi, our master, they're all gone. Nothing's ever been easy. The galaxy is chaos, but we won't fix it.
I've already lost too much.
They've seen what he can do, what he's done to dozens of innocent people, and it terrifies me.
Now, I'm going to destroy it all. The light, the dark, all of it. Because now it's time for balance.
That was awesome. Did you edit that and everything too?
No, my friend edited the whole thing.
Okay, the editing's incredible. Like just like the way the trailer was like cut and put together, like it's really good. Like I was pretty compelled. I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
the I wish I'm gonna talk to my friend and see if I can post the fight scene because we were shooting in the subway tunnel, and we kind of did like that fight scene from Civil War when um Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the camera like going around them as they're
yeah.
fighting.
Yeah.
We kind of did the same
Cool.
thing with that, but Star Wars.
That sounds awesome. Well done to you and your whole team on that. It looks really cool. That's awesome. All right, Aaron, I've got two more quick questions for you.
Okay.
So number one is, okay, what action figure that does not exist yet would you like to exist? And that can be like, what's your what character does not exist yet in camera form, or what character camera form, in action figure form, or what character would you like to be made by? What company or what? Like, what's your figure that does not exist yet that you want?
Probably like a decent figure is um I'm looking at my pop figures one. Hmm. I'm not exactly sure to be honest.
So, and what I mean, what character have you always like? Man, I wish they would make one of these. Like, like Hasbro, they haven't made any of the super Mega Force figures yet. Like that's one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess that's one example right there. It's another tough question to just be thrown at you, huh? Another one you got to think about.
Yeah, I don't know actually.
All right. Well, I mean, what about like a World War II one? There's probably so many really cool World War II figures that you would love to have exist that don't yet, right?
Yeah.
Or if like the current or Hasbro's GI Joe, like those, but like in more like a realistic World War II kind of that would be really cool if they did that.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dragoon figures are nice, but I wish the GI Joe would actually start making these again.
Yeah, like something like that, but in like the declassified scale. Like that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. All right, cool. That's a great answer. All right. And the next thing is, where would you like to see, or where do you see yourself in 5 years as a toy photographer?
I see myself like taking pictures, but on a I just do it as kind of like a inspiration idea, but I see myself like doing that, going out, taking photos, posting them here, maybe going to a convention, selling prints, something like that.
Yeah, Flower City.
Flower City, definitely.
Cool. That's great. Those are great goals. It's always, I think it's really good to have goals, even if they seem like out there. Like I want to take toy pictures for Barack Obama to have it his house. I want him to commit. That's a kind of out there, but who knows? You never
Yeah,
know. Shoot
I
for
would love
the sky.
I would love to get work under Hasbro and just kind of shoot their stuff.
Yeah, that would totally cool. All right, great. Those are great goals. Great goals, Aaron. But all right. Well, Aaron, thank you so much for everything that you do, for being here.
You're
And I
welcome.
just realized I didn't turn the music back on. And thanks, yeah, for everything you do. Thanks for sharing all this with us. Thank you, everyone who's been here, watching, tuning in. Anything else to mention before we call it?
Just stick. When you're ever in Rochester, just message me on Instagram and we can meet up somewhere.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Sounds
Do
good.
some great photos or something.
Yeah, and that does that invite just go to me or to anyone else who's finds themselves in Rochester?
Anybody really?
Cool. Clearly, there's a lot of great toy stuff going on over there.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, everybody, thanks again for watching. Thanks for coming in. If you're not following Aaron, do it. Please go follow Aaron. His Instagram is right in the description of the video, or just go to Aaron's Toy Box. Got it right here. So, right here. All right. Have a great night, everybody. Aaron, again, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I'll see you guys later. See ya.
Yeah. See ya. Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.